All right, cheers to all my good stock trading friends out there. Welcome to Happy Hour with the Lincoln. We are now on episode number 61, where week by week I'll do my best to answer all of your stock market related questions in the attempts to get you to that level you so desire to be at. Now, I got a great topic I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about as to whether or not those 20-something traders out there on social media, you know what I'm talking about. The ones with the Rolex watches. They've got the Ferraris and the Lambos. They got the models in the hot tubs. They're hanging out of helicopters, posing for Instagram shots. Are these people qualified? Are they experienced enough? Do they have the knowledge and the know-how to teach you how to properly trade stocks and survive in the marketplace? We're going to talk about that in just a second. But before I do, if you guys need help with your personal trading, you're trying to align yourself with a professional trading community, right here, click this link. It takes you to our live trading room. Just click on it. You'll be right there and you can start trading with us right away. So let's get into it because I got this question that was sent to me the other day. I'm going to read it to you and then we'll answer it, okay? So it says, what do you think of young traders? I really love the whiteboard lessons and the way you keep it real. Your old-timer war stories about market trading are educational and entertaining. Well, I'm glad I can entertain you. Your experience in trading shows and adds credibility to what you do. What is your opinion on all these young, new, cocky traders like so-and-so, and so-and-so, and so-and-so, etc., starting trading services and mentoring people? It seems hard to believe that you can learn anything from a 20-something trader. Do you think it's because of the bull market run creating overnight rags to riches stories? Or do you think they are all scammers? Was curious on how you viewed young traders on your turf. First, let me say, this is not my turf. Just because I'm old and decrepit and I have been trading stocks since the Middle Ages doesn't mean I own the stock market, or have some secret access to some proprietary trading strategy, or I have figured out the answers to all of life's most pressing questions. In truth, I'm just this little fish swimming along in a big pond, occasionally nibbling up at crumbs like this, just trying to get my piece of the pie and get by like everyone else. So this market owes me nothing. I don't owe the market anything. The market doesn't care whether I've been doing this for 5 minutes or 500 trillion minutes. This is not my turf. Come one, come all, have at it. So let's talk about whether or not a young person actually has the right to teach you how to trade stocks. Well, that's an easy one for me. And the answer is yes. Because if you're watching this video, chances are you live in a free country. And one of the beautiful things about living in a free country is you are free to do whatever in the hell you want, regardless of your educational level, regardless of your experience, regardless of your bloodline, your past family history, your past history, your current finances. If you have a goal, you have a vision, you are just as entitled to everyone else out there to go for it. In fact, you will find it is so easy to start a business and start your plan in motion. In the end, the biggest obstacle that you will face will be you and your own excuses or listening to someone else talk you out of it. Now, I'm not saying that if someone, let's hypothetically say someone is scamming you, they have very little experience, they don't know how to trade, and they just want to take advantage of it. No, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's the right thing to do, obviously. I don't condone that. But it is not my place to police that. If the government wants to change that and create some sort of training school where people have to trade for 5 years and prove profit, like a doctor or a lawyer or something, like a trader's college, then go right ahead. But if all of it takes is a social media account and a piece of paper, then that's their right. That's their right to do whatever they want to do. It's your responsibility to do your due diligence on the individual and do your investigations on them or whatever before just enroll. You're responsible for it too. So yes, they have the right. Now, whether you like it or not. Now, the more important question here will be as to whether or not they have enough experience. I think that's the more important question here. And before I answer that, I want you to ask yourself this question, and that would be, what is it that you want from this individual? Okay? What is it that you're looking for in mentorship from this person? So let's say this person appears to be very rich. They're making like $50,000 a month. They got this car. You're really attracted to that. You want to make the money. Are you going in that to piggyback off of this person's alerts? Or are you really going in there to learn, hey, how do you find this idea? How do you see the market? How do you see this trade? And how do you do it? Is this what you want to do? Can you teach me that? You have to ask yourself that question. Are you just looking to gain access to that strategy and learn how they do it? Or are you someone that's looking for something that's more in depth? Let's say you have some experience trading. You understand chart patterns. You understand strategies, that you have meltdowns all the time. You're a psychological mess. So not only do you need someone that can trade, but you need someone that can help you psychologically to get you through the tough times. Or maybe you're someone that needs alerts. You got to get through this stuff, the tough times and all that stuff. And then you need someone else, to call you at night or something, say, hey, you know what, you all right? You're not jumping off your porch or anything or going psycho. You okay? Is that what you need? So the first thing you have to ask yourself is this person qualified enough to teach me what it is I want to learn from them? And just because they don't have a lot of experience does not mean that you can't learn something from that person. You ultimately have to be the one that's in charge of getting the education that you want. Now, I want to tell you this story. Some of you have heard it before because I've often rant and raved in my happy hours and stuff like that about my background. But I'll give you a very similar situation because I have experience with this. When I was young, the first real good paying job I had, nice paying job, was I was an insurance agent. And this is back when I was 21 years old, like a really long time ago. But anyway, I worked for the largest health and life insurance company in the Southeast at the time. They had over 2,500 agents, over 50 offices, and they didn't hire people that were young. They hired experienced agents, people that had been in the business for 20 years or more. Usually about 40, 50 years old was the average agent's age. Anyway, they came up with a program where they were going to start hiring younger people to get some fresh blood and inject some life into what they were doing. So I was one of the people that they hired. Well, to make a long story short, I passed my test, and within a 6-month period of time, I broke the company's record for production within the first 6 months that I had been there. And this was a record that stood for over 10 years, and this is a company that's been in business for 25. This agency was in business for 25 years at the time. So I just come in there off the streets, no experience can't even spell the word insurance, and 6 months I'm breaking company records. A month later, I break the record again. And 3 months after that, I break it again. So basically, in a 1-year span of time, my monthly production is more than what the average agent's is the entire year. So I just kind of blow this all out of the water. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is not to sit here and boast about my insurance experience, but what happened was they just immediately rushed me into management. I'm in charge of over 1,000 agents, but there was a lot of people who just wanted to talk to me. There was less than half of the people. They were open-minded. They just wanted to sit down and talk to me because they wanted to know, what was I doing? How was I doing it? Now, were these people coming to me because they wanted to know how to answer customer service calls, how to tell people about pre-existing conditions and file claims? No, they didn't care about that. They knew that I didn't know. I wasn't in the business long enough to know that. They just wanted to know, how do you get in there and how do you get people to write you a check? That's all they wanted to know. And then you had the rest of the people who couldn't stand me. Now, I didn't understand it at the time because I was just some young kid. I wanted everybody to like me, like a lot of people. We want to be liked. But I didn't understand why they did it. Now I do that I'm older. I realize, hey, this young kid comes in off the street with no experience. I've been doing this for 20 years. He's just blowing my ass out of the water, running circles around me. He's doing as much in 1 month as I'm doing all year. I hate this dude, and he's a machine. So I didn't understand it back then, what I was doing now. But here's the thing. The people that came to me, they wanted to learn from me. They didn't want to know all that other stuff because they knew I didn't know. They wanted to learn what it was that I had to teach them. Is how did I do this? How was I able to do this? And they were looking for that. So kind of ask yourself that question when you're looking for someone to trade you. Can that person help you with what it is that you need to be helped with? Now, one of the things that I did back then is when I was in charge with the agents, I got tired of some of the older people complaining, and I would fill the office with more young people because I wanted more people like me who had tenacity and were aggressive and all that kind of stuff. So when I did that, one of the things that I did do is I kept a lot of the old timers around. So we're talking like multiple mentors. I kept a lot of the older timers around because they knew things that I didn't, and I knew that, and I knew I would need their help for it, such as when one of my customers gets sick and their family member's dying, how do I console the family and make sure that they get their life insurance check? Because I haven't done that yet. I need to know how to do that. What do I say to a grieving mother, a grieving child, somebody who's lost their spouse? How do I handle that? What do I say to the family when it's time to put their father or mother in a nursing home or something? How do I take care of that? Should I buy a car, lease a car? How should I file my taxes? Should I be 1099? Should I be a sole proprietor? Should I be a corporation? If I come home at 3 o'clock in the morning with lipstick on my collar and I'm drunk, what should I say to my significant other? I needed older people, problems and older people knowledge at that time. So I had multiple mentors. And I would suggest that all of you do that, even in your trading. Is there something to be learned from everybody? And I'm going to admit right now, even though I've been doing this for a long time, I know what it is that I do, I still try to educate myself. I still am not going to be enough ego to say I've learned everything that there is to know. And I'll be honest, I know a lot of these young traders, and I watch the stuff that they have on YouTube. Now, I'm not sitting there trying to learn their strategy. I mean, I know what everybody does. That's part of my business. I'm Snoopy, I know thy enemies. But what I do is, I tell you why I do it. I love their enthusiasm. I love their optimism, their enthusiasm, their aggressiveness, their youthfulness, because, I'm old. I've lost that, I have a different look on the market, and sometimes myself, I need to be pep talked. I need to get a lift, and I like listening to some of these people just talk. So I go to that channel, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a trading strategy. I know how to trade. Sometimes I just want to hear somebody tell me how much they love it. I want to hear that from you. I want to hear you. I want to feed off of your enthusiasm. And when I was younger, I know that's what a lot of people did with me in the insurance. They wanted to feed off my enthusiasm because it's contagious. And that's how most people are in trading rooms, and why they're in trading rooms. They're there for the motivation, and they're there for the community, the camaraderie, and the environment. They're not there to piggyback alerts. The people that stay for a long time know how to trade. It's because of the office environment. It's a community environment. It's a teamwork environment. And sometimes you need that. So I would suggest that each and every one of you seek out multiple mentors. Find what you can learn from this trader. Find what you can learn from this trader and that trader. It doesn't matter their age, their background, their ethnicity, what they believe in politically. If this person's got something that they can share with you that's going to give you the tiniest little freaking edge, the tiniest edge, man, go for it. You got to go for it if you think that person's going to help you. But go into it with that open mind that, I'm not trying to piggyback off this person's alert. I don't want them to spoon feed me. I want to know how you do that. What do you see that I don't see? How are you looking at this that I don't see? And you guys will see that a lot of time with athletes will come in, 22 years old, everybody remembers Mike Tyson, this young kid comes in there, aggressive, beast mode, knocking out established boxers, redefining everything. There's something to be learned from everybody and everything, and there are revolutionary people out there, and that's how we grow as people, is we surround ourselves by enthusiasm, by knowledge, by growth, and then we ultimately get better. Now, I don't know if the bull market creates this or what, but that's not up to me. I mean, there's bear markets in stocks and so on. The thing I want to make clear to everyone is it's not up to me to judge. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out, where are you at in your trading career? And what is it that you need to get better? Like I said, do you have psychological problems? Because there's trading psychologists out there that can't freaking trade, but they know psychology. So they can help you with a piece. Again, athletes do that. They'll go to a professional hockey goalie will go to a sports psychologist. The sports psychologist doesn't know how to play goal. They know how to work on the mind, the mentality part. So you pick someone that can help you. Maybe you need that. You pick someone to help you with the trading strategy. Pick someone that can help you with the psychology. Pick somebody that can tell you war stories and help you get through the tough times. Pick a good community that you can work with. I think you understand, but the bottom line is, you live in a free country. You have the right to do what you want. If somebody wants to say something about it, it's up to them to stop you. It's not up to me to judge or to criticize or to point fingers or to act like I'm a holier than thou person and I've done everything correct in my life and I'm the greatest trader that ever lived. That's not my job. Your job, though, is to find people that can help you. If you want to survive as a trader, it does help to have a mentor or a series of mentors, but find the people that you connect with and find the people that you feel that can help you, not spoon feed you, but really help you understand what the hell are you getting into and what is it going to take for you to stay here. That's what you need. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it right there on my rant. I thank you for watching. As always, if you need help, you know where I'm at. Till the next happy hour, trade well and cheers.